Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Yande, urologist and men's health specialist. If you're a man and you've ever experienced that embarrassing situation where everything starts great, but just a few minutes in you lose your erection, then you know how frustrating and discouraging it can be. But let me reassure you, this problem is very common, and most importantly, it can be fixed. Today, I'll reveal the 10 main reasons why men lose their erections during sex, and more importantly, how you can solve each one with real evidence-based strategies. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this video, because here we talk openly about men's health, performance, and confidence with tips you won't find anywhere else. Why? Understanding. Is the key to fix the problem. You first need to understand how an erection actually works. It all begins in your brain, which sends signals through the pelvic nerves. These signals release a key molecule called nitric oxide, which allows the penile arteries to relax and dilate, letting blood fill the erectile chambers. But for the erection to stay firm, the tiny venous valves must close and trap the blood inside your penis. It's a delicate balance between nerve signals, blood flow, and hormones. If one of these is disrupted, the erection fades. The 10 reasons men lose their erection. 1. Gravity and poor sexual positions. Some positions, like lying flat on your back with your partner on top, make it harder for blood to stay in the penis. If you already have minor venous leakage, this can make things worse. 2. Performance anxiety and fear of failure. One bad experience can create a vicious cycle. The fear of losing your erection activates your sympathetic nervous system, the stress system, which directly blocks the erection process. 3. Decreased sensitivity with age. As you get older, penile nerves lose sensitivity. Conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure damage these nerves even more, making arousal harder to maintain. 4. Lack of real excitement. You can be physically present, but mentally distracted. Stress, relationship problems, financial worries, or even fatigue reduce the brain's ability to send strong arousal signals. 5. Alcohol and smoking. Even 1 or 2 drinks can slow down nerve reflexes and blood flow. Smoking directly damages the penile arteries. Together, these habits silently sabotage erections. 6. Cardiovascular problems. Your erection is a mirror of your heart health. Hypertension, high cholesterol, and atherosclerosis restrict blood flow. Erectile problems are often the first warning sign of future heart disease. 7. Hormonal imbalances. Testosterone drops by about 1% every year after the age of 30. Low testosterone decreases libido, reduces penile sensitivity, and weakens erections. Thyroid problems or vitamin D deficiency can also play a role. 8. Side effects of medications. Blood pressure drugs, antidepressants, and even some antihistamines can interfere with erection. Many men don't realize this connection until it's explained. 9. Overweight and physical inactivity. Excess belly fat lowers testosterone and reduces circulation. A sedentary lifestyle weakens vascular health, making it harder to achieve and sustain erections. Chronic fatigue and lack of sleep. Not sleeping enough disrupts hormone production, raises stress, and drains energy. A strong erection requires rest, energy, and a balanced nervous system. Practical and effective solutions. Now let's talk about what you can do to fix these problems. Empty your bladder before sex to free up pelvic nerves. Use positions that help blood flow, like standing or side positions. Prioritize longer foreplay. The more aroused your partner is, the more stimulation you'll receive. Cut down on alcohol and stop smoking. Adopt a healthy lifestyle. Regular exercise and antioxidant-rich foods like pomegranate, watermelon, nuts, and leafy greens. Use proven natural supplements such as L-citrulline, French maritime pine bark, zinc, and ashwagandha. Talk to your doctor if your medications are affecting your sexual performance. Improve your sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours per night. Take care of your cardiovascular health. A healthy heart means stronger erections. Work on your mindset. Relaxation, breathing exercises, or therapy can break the cycle of performance anxiety. Remember, losing your erection is not a life sentence, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's your body's way of signaling that something needs attention. Many men believe that losing an erection is only a matter of age, but in reality, it's far more complex. This phenomenon cannot be reduced to a single cause because it's the result of an interaction between the body, the mind, lifestyle, and even the environment. For example, a stressed man with poor sleep who drinks regularly and avoids exercise is far more likely to lose his erection than an older man who takes care of his health. What really matters is not the number on your ID card, but the true age of your arteries, your heart, and your nervous system. Another overlooked point is the importance of communication with your partner. Many men carry this burden silently, without ever speaking about it. Silence creates shame, shame creates anxiety, and anxiety blocks the erection. It's a vicious cycle. But open communication, explaining your fears, expressing your needs, can turn a frustrating experience into a moment of connection. Erections do not depend only on physical mechanics, but also on the emotional safety you feel with your partner. It's also important to understand that an erection is not a simple switch that you turn on and off at will. It's a slow physiological process that can be influenced by details you might not even think about. The temperature of the room, the way you breathe, even distractions like a phone vibrating on the nightstand, all of these can disturb the fragile balance of the body. Sexuality is lived with the entire body, not just the penis. Deep breathing, a calm heart rate, and a relaxed environment all help maintain an erection longer. We also need to highlight that losing an erection can sometimes be an early warning sign of more serious illnesses. In many cases, it is the very first indicator of diabetes or cardiovascular disease. You could say that the penis is a barometer of overall health. When it doesn't function well, it's an alarm bell you should not ignore. Many men who come in with erectile problems later discover they have undiagnosed hypertension or cholesterol issues. In this sense, erectile dysfunction is an opportunity to act early and prevent more serious complications. Another aspect often forgotten is the psychological dimension of self-image. When a man loses confidence in his masculinity, he may start avoiding intimacy, withdrawing from his partner, or even distancing himself emotionally. This creates relationship tension and sometimes even breakups. Yet, there are simple steps to rebuild confidence: getting back into physical activity, improving diet, meditating a few minutes a day, or simply accepting that the body needs care and attention. Confidence is rebuilt step by step, and every small victory gives you more strength. We must also mention hormones beyond testosterone. For example, cortisol, the stress hormone, plays a huge role in erection quality. A man constantly under pressure, living in urgency and stress, will have very high cortisol levels. Too much cortisol reduces testosterone production and weakens erectile response. That's why stress management is as important as exercise or diet. Modern habits also play their part. Spending too much time in front of screens, especially late at night, disrupts melatonin production and damages sleep quality. Poor sleep reduces the number of nocturnal erections, which normally happen 3 to 5 times per night. These natural erections are essential because they maintain and nourish penile tissues. Without enough sleep, the body loses its natural way of repairing erectile function. Finally, it's important to remember that sexuality is a lifelong learning process. Many men believe they must perform the same way at 20, 40, or 60 years old. That's a mistake. The body changes, physiology changes, and sexuality must adapt at each stage of life. At 20, erections are fast and spontaneous. At 50, they require more stimulation and patience, but that doesn't make them less satisfying. In fact, couples who learn to slow down, to extend foreplay to vary stimulation, often discover a deeper and more fulfilling sexuality than in their youth. In the end, losing an erection is not shameful. It's an invitation to know yourself better. It's a reminder that sexual health is built on a global balance between body, mind, and lifestyle. Every man can regain confidence and strength by taking care of himself, listening to his body, and making small but consistent changes.